Bam! Just like that, I am back, and good morning to you. Happy Pi Day to you, March 14th, 2021. And anticipating a little bit of rain here later today. Yes, the clouds have moved in. What is pi? It's a mathematical measurement that was discovered over 4,000 years ago and noted by the Egyptians. And if you measure the outside of a circle, what they call the circumference, and then you measure across the center, or the exact center of the same circle, you will find that the outside length, the circumference around, is equal to 3.1415 times the measurement across the outside of the circle. Pretty useful for geometric, for measurements and spatial relationships and working with circles. One of those cool things, and it holds true whether the circle is that tiny, big, or as big as a football field. That measurement's always going to remain the same. And it's to me, it's one of those fascinating things. And 3/14, March 14th, we do celebrate. A lot of people do. Geeks. Pi Day, but we're not talking about pie today, okay? We're talking about vans, and I took a ride today. I rode a significant distance. And you'll see in the cover photo here, that is not the van that I used because the owner did not want his pictures and things used on YouTube. I said I'd like to detail and do reviews. No, I don't feel comfortable with you doing that, which is fine. It's more common these days. But the one that you see in the thumbnail is a 2009 GMC Savannah, and it's a nice rig. Okay, his is not as tricked out as that, but it's the same year, and the build quality is pretty nice, and the condition is pretty nice with about 80,000 miles. But the price, and I'm not going to disclose the price of it, but the price of it was super, super high. Now, the problem I've had, and the reason I've now decided to suspend my search indefinitely for a van, and I'm sorry, a lot of you have sent me links to conversion vans, low-top camper vans, and things of that nature. I really appreciate that. But as I've said before, and I'm discovering, if you want to spend low budget like I have, your choices are vans in the 80s up to maybe the late 70s up to the very early 90s. But they're rigs that have been, well, driven right down to the nuts. Okay, so you're going to be doing a lot of work to bring those vans back. So it's kind of fool's gold. You're paying a low price initially, but you're going to have to do a lot of restoration work to bring that back nice. And then the problem is the drivetrain, the transmission, you don't really know when you do a purchase because you're not going to get a warranty on that. At the other end of the spectrum, if you want to open your pocketbook or finance something, you're paying top dollar for vehicles today. And that is a super big problem because the market, in my opinion, is very overinflated. Although I expect gasoline prices to take a chunk out of that marketplace, it's going to take time till the for sale signs start popping up on RVs. And you never know, oil prices could trend downward again. And we're right back in the high dollar area. The problem is there's just too much money floating around right now. And the cost of things is going up, up, up. So for those of you, and there have been many of you that have sent me links and ideas about vans that are for sale in the area and in the area of Nevada, Arizona, California, and Oregon, I do very much appreciate that. But for the time being, in light of things that are going on now, I'm going to continue rolling in my Little Rascal 2, my 2016 Dodge ProMaster City. Something comes along, I might sell that. This vehicle's totally paid off now, so I can always have it as an extra vehicle here on the property. But for the time being, yeah, we can dream and drool about that 2009 Savannah. It's a nice vehicle. You can do a lot with it, but we got to be realistic about the market that we're in. So I am officially closing the door on that chapter of searching. Very likely now I'll just stumble upon something that's a great deal that somebody just wants to get rid of, take it off my hands. We don't want to go through all the rigmarole. That's what usually happens, right? Right. So I'm going to close it out here on Pi Day today and wish you all a wonderful Sunday. Hope you set your clocks forward an hour, and your thumbs up are always appreciated, and your comments in the comments section down below. Thanks, everybody.